What can men do leaving here? Be better. Be better at everything.
We have all seen this magazine cover with Rihanna having the dominant role leading her family. And it is only the latest in a series of pictures showing role reversals in the Black family. And so then I began to wonder exactly how much of this we have been seeing. Buckle your seatbelts because it's been a lot.
I care about what's in this contract with Black America for women, and it's not, we're not mentioned at all in the contract with Black America. And
you are mentioned. I mean, when you mention Black people, you mentioning Black women. So don't count yourself out.
No, that's not true. That's like administration say that when they
Black people is not Black women.
Black
women are not included in Black people.
Black women have specific needs that are not also being met. And we also feel that there should be some things that are specific to us and our plight as well.
What do you think the challenge is that women are having, Black women in particular, when it comes to becoming a wife?
Keeping it 100,
yes.
There's not enough eligible Black males who fit the needs of Black women.
Be better.
Black women are running circles around men. If Black women are excelling at such an accelerated rate, how do men keep up?
It's like there were 10 years when I couldn't stand my husband.
You know? Do say that. You say 10 years.
Be better at everything.
I would say don't just start filming me without asking me.
Oh my goodness.
If you could film me.
Astaire, come help us again, please. I'm still dealing with foolishness.
You know, don't just start roll. I'm standing in my house.
Would you define tonight as uncomfortable?
No, I would define tonight as a success. Okay. It was a great night tonight.
Okay, what
First of all, I seen a man stand up for his wife, which we don't see that much anymore. That made me have hope. When it was happening, I was like,
you like jaw on the floor?
First of all, do you know like that joke that Chris did, that was a way to insult a woman, her sexuality, her physique.
And what do you think of, when Will came on stage and he kind of offered a mea culpa to the Academy?
Sometimes discipline needs to be administered.
If pushing an agenda was a movie, this would be in the forefront of that. This was Woman King on steroids. If you think that I'm gonna believe 100-pound Black woman soaking wet is just an almighty warrior and can just body dudes like it's no tomorrow, come on. Like, instead of Wakanda, it should have been called Where Are the Men? Because they was not there, they were not present, and the ones that was there was weak. But all the women that was in the movie was just brolic, built, strong Hercules. What is this saying to us? Perpetuating the idea of the strong Black woman and a subservient Black effeminate man.
In the Black community, I don't speak for the Black community, but I do think that a lot of Black men, they really don't know how to have true, faithful relationships. They think because they have money, because they have power, that they can treat women any kind of way.
Lonnie Love is saying things.
And it's not about him being better. He's still a man.
Yeah.
But it's the loyalty that I like.
Ooh. Oh.
You know what I mean? It's like, I can leave. And he's there for me.
Can someone help me understand a person who made a career out of shamelessly disgracing Black women? Why was 75% of his followers Black females, and why were they purchasing or following and supporting his content to the tune of $3+ million?
So Kevin's
more times than not, what he was saying was valid. It was always the delivery. He did give solid advice. He did tell the truth. It was just how he told the truth. And honesty without compassion is brutality. He was brutal. It was beyond evident that this man had a hate for white women. A hate for Black women in life, and he proved that in death. Look at who he died with.
This man was a hypocrite. In my honest opinion, he really was. I didn't find anything about him to be healing. He insulted African-American women on a consistent basis.
One of his last statements that he said was that if you're over 38 and you haven't married or something like that, that you're no good and disposable. To me, it was a shock jock. And, you know, I hope this is teaching folks a lesson about the karma that you put out, the negativity that you put out in the world, that when karma comes knocking at your door, she might not be so kind. So, you know, the fact that he killed over real quick and was supposedly with a woman that we don't yet know the nationality, rest in peace.
Lamont Hill says, just saw another Kevin Samuels tattoo, this time on a dude's thigh. I literally just don't understand. And so Brittany responds as she would, you know, to any like-minded whatever. She says, ew, what? Child, while these other folks having combos about the radicalization of their men, we should seriously have a conversation about the online radicalization of ours. Somebody writes in, are they being radicalized, or have they always been this way and found their king in him? And in the last post, she says, you know, this is Brittany Cooper. I stand by that. I use the language of radicalization because it's the right language. I've experienced receiving thousands of angry comments from both angry white men and angry black men. Shit sounds identical. All of you hope a heart attack or diabetes kill me, so you say. So black men and white men are essentially the same because they're frustrated with you, and therefore they must be whatever they must be.
Submit to any man. She's supposed to submit to a man who is submitted under God. If he ain't submitted, don't you buck your knee. You are listening to men who have no authority. How can a man say that you are of low value after 35? How can a man say that you do not have the level of traction of a high-powered man when that man has got to get a GoFundMe for his funeral?
What I hear coming from her is what I hear come from Lonnie Love and a lot of these women. You're using your platform to attack and target high-value black men. That playbook is dead. The times have shifted. Younger women are looking at the Vivicas and their mothers and their grandmothers and saying, and their aunties, and say, I don't want to be no parts of that. They're angry, they're upset, they're mad, or whatever, and they will be loath to admit it, that they know in their heart of hearts they've missed their shot. I don't think women are going to want the world they're talking about. You don't want a world where rules are just this fluid, because you get the kind of men you're talking about right now. Because the reason men civilize the world in general and done our part is because they wanted to have access to a woman and soul access and committed access. Men are territorial. But if men are starting to learn that, you know what, if it's fluid like this, if she's not going to stay, or if I do A, B, or C, if everything's always up for grabs and you never know, what's the motivation for people to do anything? So when we look at what 50 Cent said, that he said he likes something exotic. You know what exotic is in the black community? Femininity, submission, cooperation. That's exotic. That's exotic. When you got a brother say, why would I want to get a woman with Brazilian weave? Why don't I just go get a Brazilian woman? You can't fault that.